Are you serious? Are you serious? Folks, there's been an explosion at a nuclear plant in France. This explosion at the EDF's Flamanville nuclear plant in northern France. Now, preliminary information we're getting is there is 5 people who have suffered smoke inhalation, and there is some other minor injuries, but no serious injuries and no casualties. There's a little bit of conflicting report there, though. So it's a fluid situation. Now, immediately they've released, authorities are saying that there is no risk of contamination, and the blast took place in the engine room of the Flamanville plant, which is 15 miles west there of across from the Channel Islands. So there's still, this is very, very, very early beginning stages of it. They said it was a ventilator that exploded outside the nuclear zone, and there is no risk of radiation or nuclear contamination. So we'll leave it there. It's a very fluid situation early. I heard those same things at Fukushima during the earthquake. So yeah, when it comes to nuclear, I've never once heard anybody say nuclear explosion, definite radiation contamination, everybody run. No. Okay, so it's too early, but that's the preliminary report. I'll put the link below, and we'll wait and see what comes out of that. There will be no live broadcast today, as it is a travel day. No live broadcast today. I will be doing YouTube videos later today, but tomorrow I will be broadcasting live, all right? So God bless all of you. And keep watching. We got some YouTube videos. I got another YouTube video I'm going to do right now about an article that was written in Breaking Israeli News that has to do with the moving of the Washington Embassy and the rebuilding of the Third Temple. I'm in the article. I was interviewed yesterday. So are 2 other Christians, and I think also a rabbi. It's all tying in together. It's a pretty powerful article. Check it out. I'll do a video on it in just a moment. Give your life to Jesus Christ. We're in the last days. Pray for France. Are you serious? Are you serious? Now they're talking doomsday. That's right. NASA scientists are warning that civilization is doomed if a large asteroid comes into collision course with the Earth, because we are unprepared. Really? Now NASA's going to start talking about doomsday. Well, Joseph Knuth, a NASA scientist, warned at a conference held earlier this week that humanity is very ill prepared for a surprise strike by a civilization-ending asteroid or comet. He warned that if an asteroid large enough to cause global cataclysm were headed toward Earth, there's not a lot we can do about it at the moment. Well, especially if NASA never tells us it's on the way. Now, they have identified 1,743 near-Earth objects. They've given them all names, the size of the rock, and the date it's going to go by the Earth, and how far of a distance it will be. None of which are projected to hit the Earth. But they've never given us the name, an identification of an asteroid or meteor that is going to hit. We had the one that hit Russia. NASA didn't see it. We had the one that hit Australia 3 months ago. NASA didn't see it. We had the one that deep impact in Spain Sunday night. NASA didn't see it. But they are nervous about an unexpected, cataclysmic, catastrophic, apocalyptic, causing a potential extinction upon the planet because we're not ready. Well, scientists recommend that we take urgent steps to avert this looming global disaster by building and deploying an observatory spacecraft that looks out for threatening asteroids, and a ready-to-launch interceptor rocket that can be fired at short notice to deflect the asteroid. It sounds like Russia's plan, because really that's what Russia's been saying. Speaking this past Monday at the annual fall meeting of the American Geophysical Union in San Francisco, California. Joseph Knuth of NASA, a scientist at NASA's Space Flight Center, said that although they are extremely rare, impacts by large asteroids that can cause global devastation have happened in the past and could happen anytime in the future. So according to Knuth, should NASA detect an asteroid hurtling toward Earth, we would be helpless to stop it simply because we have failed to prepare. Are you serious? Are you serious? The biggest problem basically is we don't know where they're at, he said. We're going to have two deep impacts. Revelation chapter 8 told us that. And many others. Brimstone and fire will fall. And already the scientists are telling us that the 5 waves of energy. And notice this article comes out today, this morning, as we're approaching the second of the 5 waves of energy that's due December 26th. Gamma rays, cosmic rays from a cosmic collision that's going to disrupt our magnetosphere shield around the Earth. It's going to dump a ton of radiation in here that we haven't been used to. And who knows what else. The effects on the poles, also the magma inside the core of the Earth, crustal displacement, volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, tsunamis, and who knows what else. Extreme weather conditions that will be caused just simply from unseen gamma rays, cosmic rays. Are you saved? Give your life to Jesus Christ. Jesus said the heavens will be shaken. He said it in Luke 21. For there shall be signs in the sun, and the moon, and in the stars, and distress of nations with perplexity. The sea and the waves roaring. Excuse me. Men's hearts fail them for fear, for looking after those things that are coming upon the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Then shall we see the Son of Man. Now that doesn't sound like doomsday. Well, it is for a lot of people, I suppose, and that's sad. Are you saved? Are you serious? I mean, are you serious? This is unbelievable. But we've had several tornadoes down in New Orleans and several other towns there. Several tornadoes. We know at least about a half a dozen people have been injured. We don't have any reports of fatalities, and let's pray there isn't any. But the governor of Louisiana has declared a state of emergency. A series of apparent tornadoes have cut across the southern portion of Louisiana, leaving devastation in its path, including a rarely hit parts of New Orleans. Now, we are on television in New Orleans, actually, every Sunday night, Channel 20 down there. And so we know we've got a lot of followers, and we got a lot of wonderful online church members down there. And so we've been praying as soon as we heard that New Orleans was being hit by tornadoes. We're praying for safety, pleading the blood of Christ over every one of you down there. And let me just say, some of the best people in the world are down in Louisiana, and I can tell you that right now. We were in West Monroe, Louisiana for a conference last March in 2016, and we're returning for a conference in Louisiana. I believe it's October of this year in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So we look forward to seeing you folks. Anyway, pray for everybody. Governor John Edwards declared a state of emergency in Ascension, in Livingston, and Orleans, St. James, St. Tammany, and Tangipahoa Parish. He said at least 6 tornadoes touched down across the area. It's a miracle. I saw one of the tornadoes. It was huge, huge. So our prayers go out to everybody down there in the New Orleans, Louisiana area. Also, just minutes ago, we just had a powerful 6.3. It was 6.4. It's been downsized. 6.3 earthquake has just hit Pakistan. It's 25.9 kilometers deep. This was a powerful quake. Aftershocks are expected to take place, as no doubt the solar winds coming off the sun the last 3 days have been around 700,000 kilometers per second. And with a gaping hole in the atmosphere of the sun directly facing the earth, there's just too much pressure, And we're going to keep a close eye on this tonight, because we're not sure if there could be more quakes. I was saying earlier today, I said, this seems like the calm before the storm. It's been too quiet. Pressure is building. So anyway, going to keep a close eye on these things. Jesus said these are the types of apocalyptic events that would happen in the last days, and certainly we're experiencing it right now. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. I think it's very important to pray one for another, pray for the people of Pakistan, and remember them in prayer. And if you're not saved, please look at the signs. Look what's going on. Look at the tension. Look at the wars and rumors of wars. There's some stuff that's happening right now in Iran that I'm going to check on right now. And, of course, there's a court battle taking place as we speak, as Donald Trump and the United States government is trying to say, look, how in the world can this judge in Washington State block the President of the United States from defending the country and calling it unconstitutional? Now they're not calling it unconstitutional. Now they're saying it would just create too much chaos. I know this is a weak argument, and it needs to be stopped. But, oh, by the way, 72 hours. They left the door wide open for 72 hours for 7 nations. So if there were any terrorists that were trying to get in, they got a 3-day window. It's still open.